Hey y'all. Hey Jacob. I had to go change my shirt real quick. Okay, this is cute. How's everybody doing? Another vitamin I got turmeric and ginger. Oh, these expired. I gotta throw these out. These expired November 2024. So these got go in the trash. Ain't taking no chances with that. I ain't doing nothing too special today. Just trying out some stuff, thinking about doing some eyeshadow content again. So makeup content again. So I don't know what the fuck I want to do with my YouTube channel. Maybe I'll just go leave it as a random channel. This year, just post random content. I'm not installing my wig today. I might do a Saturday because it's some more stuff that I need for it. I got a blonde wig that I want to install, but I'm not doing it today. I might do it tomorrow. Depends if I get out tomorrow. If I get out tomorrow, I might install the wig when I get back. But I got this lip liner from Target, and it's a Revlon in the shade Wine. So this is what it look like. So I'm just gonna apply this first. Let's see, broke up already. But y'all, I was on TikTok watching this guy. I'm about to say YouTube guy, but I was on TikTok watching this guy, and he was just ranting about black folks, right? He was talking about black folks being lazy, black folks this and black folks that. Like he was just coming after us and egging the shit on and stuff like that. So I'm like lazy. See, this is the reason why I don't like using this shit, cause I don't know. And I'm heavy handed, so okay. Oh, that's enough. That's all looking like. Cute. We're cute. We're in the mirror. And then for the lipstick part, I'm gonna use this bright pink lipstick, brand new. This is by Maybelline New York, and it's the Superstay Mac collection. Um, it's called Loitis number 5. It's Loitis. That's that right? Yeah, Loitis. Now all you need is a little. This is just one of them lipsticks when you just need a little bit. Like a little goes a long way. When I say a little goes a long way, literally all you need is like a couple dabs. I wasn't even pressing that hard. It is already breaking. See how cute that is? And one more. Bro, I need a nice, sturdy lip liner. Something that a lip liner that will last longer than a crayon. But this is the crayon edition from Revlon, and I don't like it that much. The color is cute, but I just don't like it that much. Then I just top it off with a little bit of eyeshadow to help it set. I just got some apples from lunch earlier. Put that right there. For the eyeshadow, I'm going to use my Spotlight palette. Okay. And I'm going to use this peachy white color. And now to top it off with my lip gloss from Broadway. This is gold, rose gold lip gloss with like gold shavies in it. Got a little bit more of that. This is, oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. All right, that is cute. I like that combination. Hey, Kilo. It's been a long time since I seen you, girl. I'm not gonna do too much when it comes to makeup, but this the lip I just did. It's eating. Like this combination eats. Okay, let's talk. Girl, be careful down there. I heard they get a little rowdy. They get a little rowdy down there, boy. I mean, girl. This lip color is so cute. I'm obsessed with it. This might this might be my new favorite lip combination. Because the way that pink just melts with the burgundy is everything. Oh, okay. Oh, y'all. Let's talk. Enough playing around. So, I'm on TikTok, right? I'm on TikTok, scrolling, trying to catch up on all my little daily videos, my daily tea. You too, girl. Be safe. And I'm seeing like people saying, don't help the immigrants. You know, like it's not. And then I seen other people saying it's not our fight. Of course, I jumped in and said it's not our fight because it's really not our fight. To help them because I had to think about what they meant by that, and I thought about it. I kind of agree when they said it's not our fight because where was I don't know. It's just weird how that shit went around, you know. And then I seen this one guy that's a Mexican. He's on TikTok and he just clowning, like straight clowning the black community. Talk about we lazy, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do that, we don't want to work, and this, that, a third. And then he goes on to saying in another video that it's a lot of things that his country don't have and our country do have. Like public assistance, food stamps, insurance, um, running water, hot water, jobs. And I'm just looking, I'm like, whoa, wait, huh? So you really think We have it good over here. I mean, like, kind of do, kind of don't at the same time, but you gotta look at it as a color thing. You know, you do have to look at it as a color thing. And then also, you gotta look at it as like our history with these people as well. Um, there's a handful that really don't want to work. It just want government assistance, like they want government assistance without earning it, if that makes sense. And then you got another handful who does want to work but cannot find work due to the color of their skin and the history. We get discriminated against every single day. And I never got discriminated against as far as I know and as far as I remember. But it was times where other people came forward and said that they got discriminated against on a job multiple times because of the skin color and blah blah blah. You know, it was a whole list. But for us, I think he went on to say that us black folk does not stick together. Let me break that down. Okay. When it comes to the civil rights movement, okay, when it comes to the civil rights movement, what race do you see at that movement the most? What race is at the front line of some of these civil rights movements? Black folks. So don't ever say we lazy. It's a lot of shit that you don't see that we see on a daily basis. Like the George Floyd protests. Okay. But from what I was told that he had a fake $20 bill, and then another story was that it was calls coming from his girlfriend saying that he did something to his girlfriend at the time. But the way they just put their knees on his neck and then unalived him was crazy. So that was that protest about. And because none of the police officers, got the same treatment as we did, if we did some shit like that, if we did some shit like that, we would have got hung or shot at or anything. But these police officers that did that shit to George Floyd walked away free. But they also realized that they can't just walk down the street by themselves. They got scared. One of the police officer took a mug shot, and in his mug shot, he was crying. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. However, it was multiple times when black folks came together and marched. It was multiple times when something went down of the black community. A lot of black folks was there because we don't get this again. We don't get the same treatment, and back then the treatment was way worse than what it was now. As far as people coming in for different countries, I don't mind them coming in for different countries. Okay, I love to experience what they experience, yes, but at the same time, if we got rules here, just like another country got rules there that we gotta follow when we get there, y'all gotta follow our rules too. Especially when it comes to government assistance like Section 8. They mentioned how we got Section 8. It is a wait list for Section 8. There's people who's been on Section 8 for years, 10 years, 20 years, never got a phone call. Instead of calling, never got a phone call for Section 8. Meanwhile, a person that's from a different country could come in and get Section 8 within 3 months of being here. And you got people who've been on Section 8 wait list for 10 years. How's that fair? So that was one of the things he mentioned. Then he mentioned Social Security. Social Security, right? He mentioned Social Security. Social Security is earned. That is an earned income. That came from people who've been working, had multiple jobs. I've been working and also have a little disability on the side, yes. But I have been working, not lately, but did work at one point in time. So my Social Security built up. The longer you work, the more you should be getting on Social Security, but it does not always work like that. You know, here in America, you could work for 10 plus years, 20 plus years, and sometimes, hold on, y'all. I was already in the bag. I'll wait. I don't feel like getting on my knees again. But sometimes people can work a certain amount of years and not get Social Security. Sometimes you can have a disability and still don't get qualified for a disability check. It's not that easy as you seem. Okay. Public housing. It's a wait list for public housing. You have to be put on a wait list. Unless you have a really good social worker that knows what they're doing, okay, they can help you. Like a social worker can help you get on a public housing. But most of the time, you'll find yourself in the ghetto. You'll find yourself in the hood, cause that's where these white folks want us to go, is to the hood. They don't want us in these shit. They don't want us in the suburbs. So that same guy I'm telling you about on TikTok talk about, oh, when you in the hood and you see there's danger in the hood, the first thing you gotta do is, oh yeah, we gotta move. We gotta move to the suburbs. He's trying to compare the suburbs to the hood, or the hood to the suburbs, and that's how his country was. His country was ghetto. That's a completely different scene. Okay, those two, you can't compare a country to the hood. Don't mind my hair. I do got a little wig I have playing on. No, put it on. The ghetto was built for certain reasons. You know, cheaper housing is over there, yes, but however, it's mad dangerous. You got all kind of prostitutes. You got all kind of strippers going on. All kind of drug deals going on. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot compare a country to the hood. That's just my opinion. Now, this guy says his country is broken down, meaning that they don't have water, they don't have certain food supply, their government is corrupted. What you think our government is? If our government is corrupted, don't you think? I mean, let's put it like this. Sorry, I'm too fast. If the government of Mexico is corrupted, what made you think coming to America, to another corrupt country, is going to make anything any better? Our government is corrupted the same way as any other government is corrupted. Okay. Now, certain countries are a little bit better than ours. Yes. Are they laughing at us? Most definitely, yes. But at the same time, a lot of these opportunities that we have, our ancestors fought for us to have those opportunities, to go to school, to work, to have Social Security, to have food stamps, to be able to feed our families. Our ancestors fought to have those things. And as far as like us sticking together, like I said, it was many times where we came to protests. Well, I never came to a protest, but I seen it on live. They went protesting for different things. They went protesting for let me think, what's one of the protests? Yeah, I've seen protesters before, but I'm just trying to see which one. Animal cruelty. It's a protest about animal cruelty, but that was more on the white people's side. It's a protest, some kind of protest about our community not getting educated enough. Um, the schools in the ghetto, they call it the inner city. The schools in the ghetto is not getting proper books, up to date books. They're not getting high standard education like you do in a white privileged school. Okay, so with all these books out to date, they tend to fail in life. And now I'm over here hearing that the schools are taking away clocks, taking away the kids' cell phones, and they're also training these kids to shoot at a school shooter. And you think coming to America and joining that shit is any better? Okay, I admit I might have to do some research on the protests. Okay, but there was many protests when black folks came together. It was many times where black people came together and tried to do something about a certain individual. Okay, but as far as like us working, being lazy, a lot of people who do want to work can't get jobs because of these white high powered people does not want us in the same workforce as them. They don't want us being educated, period. You know, they don't want us learning how to write. Learning how to write back like 500 years ago. Back then, learning how to write was a crime for black folks. Okay? Learning how to write was a crime for black folks. And punishment was lashes or hands getting chopped off. We get to walk down the same street as these white folks now. We get to live in the same buildings as these white folks now. We do get to make the same money as them, but however, we're still not making the same money as them. Matter of fact, we're actually making $5 an hour, if you want to put it like that. Prices of food went up. I'm seeing videos of eggs being $15. I'm seeing videos of eggs being $15. I have not went to the grocery store yet, but I know the last time I went to the grocery store to get some eggs, it was damn near $8. So where the $15 came from? Cause I could go to Target, their eggs is like $8. $8 for the organic cage-free eggs. But everywhere else, it should not be no 15. It should not be no $11. It should not be no $20 for some eggs. But I'm just saying, a lot of shit we have, our ancestors fought to get. Running water, hot water, had to fight to get that. Because they were just throwing us anywhere. They would just throw us in fucking cages and shit. And I feel like even right now, like I got my own crib. I don't gotta worry about being a slave or being a housekeeper to no white person right now. And just to have them think that I'm their slave. You know, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I don't have to work with a white person. That like a housekeeper or something. Even though I am a caregiver by the state. I'm still a caregiver by the state, but you know, a lot of these jobs don't play that. But because of Donald Trump, he gonna make it impossible for him to stay in office for a full 4 years. He already asking to get impeached. He done put a freeze of federal funding. And I'm on TikTok hearing about this shit. I should not have to hear about our federal funding getting froze. And to hear that food stamps, social security, all the shit that we need to live every day, that shit is getting affected. Why every time a president get in office, they wanna put out shit and the shit they put out is affecting the lower class citizen. It never affects the rich people. It always affected us. The only people that have it good in America is the rich white people. But with all this shit going around, it's best to just stay where y'all was at. Your own country. We got enough problems to deal with. Every time somebody from a different country come over to America, we the ones that gotta suffer. The lower class citizen is the ones that gotta suffer from it. Anytime somebody come over from different parts of the world, everything goes up. Prices, food, gas, rent. Rent is already at 3,000. If you're not on low income, not no low income programs, you're not gonna be able to make it because rent is like 3,000. So I don't know where y'all getting that we got it good because a lot of shit again we had to fight to get. We had to literally shed blood to get this shit. Get arrested just to get some food stamps. The marches back then it's not the same marches we have now. The protests we have the protesters we had back then is not the same as we have now. It's not the same as we have now. You know why? Because we're not getting hosed down like our ancestors. Our ancestors have got hosed down, got dogs chewed on them. You know, when people say we are not our ancestors, you know what that means? It means that we are not our ancestors. We are not our ancestors. They are ready to go to war. They are ready to go to war. They're ready to fight and get unalived where they stand. So unless you ready to fight, this country is ready to fight. Okay? We're not gonna sit up here and lose our shit just because another person comes from a different country and they're next in line to take what we got, what we worked for. We earn every right to be on these programs. Food stamps, Social Security, public aid, we earned that right. We earned our right to be here. It's gonna sound harsh. It's gonna sound it's like unfair or whatever, but a lot of us earn that right to be here. Some black folks does not have I found this out a few days ago. Some black folks does not have no ties to slavery at all. They don't have no ties to Africa at all. But they do got black DNA in them. Some kind of African DNA, but they're not ties to slavery. They don't have no ancestors there was slavery. And for what I was hearing, the shit that's going on in Mexico, you know, what we doing in America, they doing in Mexico. They got a border that stops in the middle of Guatemala and Mexico. They stopping people from Guatemala coming over to Mexico. You know, but if you want hot water, you're gonna have to fight for it. Don't come to nobody country thinking you can take theirs and run us out. You know, the state of Illinois was not a slave state. It never was. The state of Illinois was actually a democratic state. If you want Social Security for your country, you're gonna have to protest. You're gonna have to march. You want Medicaid, Medicare? Protest, march. Let your voices be heard. Don't just sit back and turn around in a corner. But you gotta let your voice be heard. You gotta protest on the things you want for your country. Because the more people come over here, the more we get ran out. And then we're not gonna have nowhere to go. Look at Lake Lanier in New York. Lake Lanier in New York was a city with wealthy color folk. You know, it was a wealthy color folk city before it got flooded. Now, Lake Lanier is just a lake. I don't know what it is now, but what I was told, it's a lake. And underneath that lake was a city full of color folk and wealthy color folk. Trust me, we're not lazy. We got 1,001 plans to make something shake. If we need to come together, we'll come together. But we are known to come together for civil rights movements. We came together for Kenita Jenkins, trying to get some justice for her. We came together for the little girl that got unalived by Cabo 6, who she called them their friend, but unalived her in Mexico, Cabo, Mexico. And then not only that, y'all must have forgot. The same little girl that got unalived in Cabo, Mexico, the police that got called, the doctor that got called, tried to get some kind of money out of the friends. I don't know if y'all remember that. Yeah, the friends offered them some kind of money on Mexican soil to do something with Kenita Jenkins. Not to mention how our country already got drug lords all around us. And to bring that shit here and to make it even worse is crazy. We already got gangbangers, we already got people on the corner selling drugs and shit. But to bring that shit, to bring more of that here is crazy. To sit up here and have a container full of children from your own country, Mexico. Am I not mistaken? Mexico. 9 times out of 10, these kids that's being kidnapped and being brought into sex trafficking are from Mexico. Some are from here as well. Yes, some are from here, but most of them are from Mexico. Why do you think it is? I remember a news clip about some workers going on strike because they got tired of hearing voices, children voices, in shipping containers. So they say if they don't want to work in that kind of environment where they're being brought into an alleged sex trafficking, then they quit. So that's what happened. They went on strike, and we never heard from it since. And that was like last year. That was like last year. We never heard from it since then. That strike that happened at the where they do the shipping containers at. We never heard from it. But I guarantee you, it was kids from Mexico in that containers. And I'm not saying that it's 100% or 1,000% Mexican kids in there, but a majority of them are Mexican from their own country. So you can't come up here and say that, oh, we over here doing this, that, or third. This country was already bad before we even got here. Matter of fact, before even Christopher Columbus got here, the country was already doing bad. It was already doing bad. There was already people not paying taxes, people not paying that part of their bills. So they bring us here to America to make their lives a little bit better. But we have to fight to end all that shit. But even though we ended slavery years ago, it's still happening just low key. But it's another country, I forgot the name of it, it's another country that slavery is actually happening over there. But the whole hot water thing, we came up with ways to get hot water. Y'all need to do the same thing. Come up with ways to get hot water. Come up with ways to grow your own food. Y'all got all that land. Y'all got all that land. Come up with ways to grow your own food. That would be lovely if we all could do that. We don't go to another person's country and steal their shit. But people on TikTok they talk down on the African American community so bad. They talk down on us, but you don't hear us going to another country and stealing their resources. You don't hear the black community going to Brazil and taking what Brazil built and bringing that shit back here. You don't hear that. So I'm just saying, instead of trying to talk down on us black folk, and here's the thing, like, we kept telling Mexicans, like, they was in the same boat as us. It was a few times where I heard somebody told me personally that Mexicans is actually in the same boat as us. Right? Okay then. In America, right, since we have it good, in America, why does white cops pull over Mexican cops? Not Mexican cops, sorry. Why does white cops pull over Mexicans? Because they do the same shit as the black folk community does. They smoke the same shit we smoke. They listen to the same music we listen to, except theirs in Spanish, ours in English. They just from a different culture, but it's similar to ours. The way they dress is similar to how we dress. The way they talk is similar to how we talk. The only difference is their food. They cook their food completely different. They use different ingredients. But, since we all in the same boat, I would love for the African community, the African American community, and the Mexican community to come together, and we can actually build our own farms together. That'd be lovely. I don't know why people think that we in competition all the time, which we not. I don't know why people would take shots at the African American community. It's many times, again, many times where we wanted to do our own shit, but we couldn't because our skin color is a threat to society. Our hair is a threat to society. Our education is a threat to society. I've been told this many times before, many times before. A black man education is the biggest threat to society. Let me correct myself. A black man's education is the biggest threat to the white man's society. I gotta put a Pacific race on you. So it's not the fact that we don't want to work. They scared of us. They know exactly who we are as a whole, but they scared of us. They don't want us to surpass them in any kind of way, shape, or form. So they do everything in their power to shut us down, make sure we stay in the ghetto. So I don't want to hear none of that laziness about black folks and shit. When you say black folks are lazy, you gotta put a number of percentage. Don't put everybody in that same category. Don't put every black folk are lazy. It's a lot of black folks who's not lazy. It's a lot of black folks who don't even like that laziness. Matter of fact, it's some black folks that works in the White House. Some black folks works in the White House, yes. But still don't get that same treatment. They work there, but does not get that same treatment as the white man or a white female. Does everything have to be about race? Yes. Everything is about race. Because it's people, ever since the deportation happened, people was coming, steady coming for us. So yeah, it's over with. Like, y'all came to a country, y'all broke the rules country, and now y'all get us in back. That's like saying if I crossed over to Mexico illegally, don't you think that they have the right to send me back to America? If I crossed over Mexico illegally, they have every right to send me back to America. If I don't got my papers to be there, if I don't got my visa to be there, they can send my ass back any given time. Because I'm coming over there and I'm stealing somebody else's shit. If you don't like it, then if you don't like what I'm saying, then oh well. I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing. I'm not deleting shit. So you can forget about all that. But I'm gonna go ahead, get off here. And let me refresh my comments because sometimes my comments don't always come all the way through. Okay. All right, so nobody else came through. Okay. Yeah, like that's just how I feel. When it comes to politics, I love to talk politics. I love to talk about politics. I love to talk about history. I love to talk about how some of the things are different and some of the things are the same, and how people get it treated. Yeah, I love talking about that shit. You know, but you gotta remember a lot of things that we got here. We fought for that. We marched. We protest. Okay, we got dogs beat up, beat us up. But our ancestors, you know, they went through all that. They went through all that, so we don't have to go through all that. But we still going through some of the things that they went through. Discrimination, not getting certain jobs because of our skin color, not getting food stamps because we make too little or too much, not getting Medicaid. So yeah, we all had to fight for that shit. And where was y'all at? Nowhere to be found. Where was y'all at when we fought for Social Security? Where was y'all at when we fought for food stamps? Free lunches at public schools. Where was y'all at? Y'all got so much to say about the black community, the African American community, but where was y'all at? When people was on the front line, people of color was on the front line, fighting for freedom and equal opportunity. I ain't see not now, motherfuckers over there with Martin Luther King. So I'm just being 1,000. I'm keeping it 1,000, right? You want to keep it 1,000? Let's keep it 1,000. Where was y'all at? Coming in here to take something that we fought for. The land of the free? Y'all talk about we get free shit over here. Huh? The land of the free was for slaves. The song, the national anthem was made during the time slavery was a thing, and it was a war going on to stop slavery, and our ancestors won that war to stop slavery, and that's when the land of the free part came in. The land of the free part was us, the black community that came together, and the white community came together. There was some people that was white that did not fuck with slavery at all. And they came together and fought for us. Fought for us. Fought for us and fought with us. But guess what? There was not a damn Mexican in sight. When Martin Luther King came through to fight for equal opportunity. Now Mexican in sight. When the railroads was being built, I didn't hear about a damn Mexican in sight for the railroads. That was our shit. But I digress. But don't sit up here and hold people hands because they feel like they got the right to be here. Meanwhile, it's other people that also feel like they got the right to be here. What about the Native Americans? What about them? They don't got the right to be here as much as we do? They actually know how to grow their own shit. Like, they know how to grow their own food and crops. Raise the animals correctly. Kudos to them. You know what I'm saying? I could take a couple of notes from the Native Americans. Where was y'all at when they was over there fighting for their lives, and the Native Americans got drove out of their country, off of their property? Where was y'all at? So if you want to take it back, we can take it way, way back. But I'm just saying, how is it fair that it's okay for y'all to come over here and get the same shit we get, and y'all got better opportunity to get the same shit we get? And we tried. We tried to get the same opportunities as the white man. Get good jobs, good money, houses. We tried. They do not like us. No matter how hard we come together, they do not like us. So you could pipe down with that laziness, that we don't want to work shit. You could pipe down. Because all they want to see us do is struggle and stay in the ghetto. Us being in the ghetto is their enjoyment, their conversation, their type of tea to be messy. If you really want to talk, we could definitely talk. Y'all coming to our country is completely different on how we came to here, or how we got here. Completely different. But them white people, they treat these Mexicans the same way we keep treating us color folk. So they ain't no different from us. Bye, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.